show how silly we are.
Check. You want to test your mic?
Yeah. It's on now.
I can hear you now.
Yeah. Wasn't on there 2 minutes ago.
No. And so we had to start over.
So all those gems are lost forever.
Stuff was good.
Sucks because I don't want to have to say it exactly the same
Well, the
way
only
again.
time we have any good stuff is when we're not
fair.
recording.
Our Saturday
Apparently.
coffees at Tim's and McDonald's are probably better than what we do live on air.
Yeah, maybe, hey?
Damn it, DDT! I forgot to have the YouTube set up today.
What do you mean?
That's a goal. We're gonna stream live. We're gonna do one of these shows live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
one of these days, if I remember.
All right.
Wouldn't be hard. I just kind of need a mount for the phone.
I got
kinda
one.
Stick it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Got a phone
you'll
mount.
actually have to give me access to your Wi-Fi.
That's
if we
fine.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, same.
You're not going to surf anything like that I should
Nope.
be afraid of.
Nothing worse than you do.
That's true. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
anything for us today, DDT?
I got a pick.
Anything good?
It is good.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay. How come? What did I want to ask you? Oh,
I don't know.
Damn it, I forget.
No.
No, it's not coming to me. I should have wrote it down. Maybe it'll come to me.
This is riveting podcast material.
This is the precast. We're just
Oh,
bantering.
okay.
Right? I've got some topics here.
Okay.
No, what was it? It was. Oh, I know what it is.
Oh.
How many episodes
Yeah.
do we do in an average season?
Oh. I can tell you.
Like, what the hell episode are we on?
12.
No.
Yep.
No, I think we're much higher in this
Nope.
season. That's it?
Yep.
Okay. I thought
We
you
were well below our average.
No, it
It's
feels
about
long.
25.
Okay, so we average 25 in a season.
Yeah.
But the actual length of the season
September
ends at
to
the start
June.
of the summer, right?
September to June
September to June.
usually. Yeah. We followed the old TV.
Gotcha. The old
Yeah.
TV season. It just seems like a long season.
Well, we haven't done a lot of casts in the new year.
Okay. So at this point in most seasons, you would have us
A few more,
episodes.
probably.
Okay, a few. Not dramatically
Yeah.
different, though.
It might even be more. I could look it up quickly.
No, I'm just curious. No, do not look it up. It's just me that cares, probably not the listener.
Well, we have not done we've
This
been
is
sporadic.
back-to-back. This is back-to-back.
This one is
weekends.
back-to-back,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's kind of a lot
But
for this time of year.
this year we don't. This year,
Yeah.
2025, we haven't been too much back to back.
Not too many back-to-backs, and not too much bacon and eggs at Scotty's either.
Exactly. Only once.
We need maybe another fresh location. for
Yeah, we
some
talked about that
on-site stuff.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, our future plans for the cast.
I just thought of another neat place.
Hmm.
It's not the full breakfast, but it's that Italian sandwich shop I told you about on Hazeldean
Oh yeah.
with the nice coffee.
Right.
Wouldn't that be a neat spot?
I don't think they're open.
I suppose you know them.
I don't know.
You know what? They might not be open on a Sunday.
Sunday, I don't think.
I think they were open Saturday morning.
Yeah.
We'd have to go Saturdays, which I don't mind.
No, you don't mind that? I thought you did.
From day one, I'd prefer Saturday over Sunday.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm open either way.
Oh, I wonder what they'd say to that.
Hmm.
See, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, we could bring dozens, if not hundreds, of local loyal listeners into the establishment as customers, or it totally backfires and they think, what sort of idiot business owner would welcome these clowns in to their establishment?
I think
What do you think?
number 2.
So
The latter.
So probably not, eh?
I don't know.
We need to go armed with data.
I would like.
Eh?
Well, we could ask
Show 'em
Scotty.
I'll show them the map. I love that one. Where our listeners come from. I love that one.
Yeah, but they're not too concerned about like somebody from
Yeah,
Japan.
I'm just saying I love it though.
Yeah,
You know, these
Yeah.
random listeners in Mexico and
Yeah.
Romania and
yeah, I know.
even our friends to the south. We do have a lot of American listeners.
It's good.
It's weird.
Well, with these days, what's going on?
Yeah.
Anyway, should we?
We are apolitical though, are we not?
We are apolitical.
Yeah, okay, so on my list I have
Okay,
the
yeah,
federal
that's-
election
yeah.
today.
Yeah. What? Okay.
I do actually.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Maybe today we won't be apolitical.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've got a Duff's pick, but I think it'll pale in comparison to yours because I dropped my jaw when you mentioned your pick today.
I saw the look on your face there.
Listener, if you're listening in, definitely a 5-minute segment of time you'll never get back. And if you watch this series that we're going to mention, it's going to leave you feeling crappy at the end. At least for me. I think the normal viewer feels horrible after watching that series. Yeah. You felt fine.
That was fine.
Yeah. I think we should revisit the old Costco cost savings updates in terms of meal planning and food.
All right.
And we can touch on your abandonment of your food delivery service and how that's going. Stocks, Sens, Jays, the Ontario Gaming Commission.
Right.
I had a question, and I think I answered it this morning, and I think the listeners might be
You fact-checked yourself.
I fact-checked myself.
Yeah.
Basically, money, like, oh my God, is gambling not everywhere, and are we benefiting from it?
Yeah.
Perhaps we are.
I think so.
I could talk about my garage cleanup.
Yep.
The minimal amount of
springtime every year
advancement I got on that task yesterday.
Yeah.
And that and so much more on today's show.
Warning, this podcast will be an injurious waste of your time. Warning, this podcast will be an injurious waste of your time.
Yeah, good morning. I'll take a medium with 2 sugar and a medium regular, please. All right, DDT, good morning.
Duh.
If that wasn't a riveting precast, I don't know what is.
How many things do you think we'll get to?
Well,
as per usual,
it depends
we never get to everything.
It depends how much engagement I get out of you.
Oh.
Because if it's anything like the precast, we're going to get through everything because you're not going to really add much to it.
Okay.
And then it'll just be
it's a
me on to
precast.
the next topic.
It's like we were 5 minutes in.
You're dead, man.
And I didn't want to add anything because we could have just kept going.
Oh, it's like it's like I'm talking to Winston here. Me and Winston are holding the show.
Yeah.
We put Winston to sleep pretty good.
I think we did, yeah. Although he woke up.
He's
now,
up now. He senses the renewed energy.
Yeah,
now that we're doing the cast for
real. Yeah.
I think we should start with our Sens.
You think we should start with that?
I know this isn't a sports show.
Yeah.
But we always talk sports.
Yeah.
Hey, Winston.
Oh, that's right.
So last night's game, as you know, I'm head over heels into March Madness. So the Sens was a recorded athletic performance.
Oh, damn it. If I had known that, I would have.
You could have been texting me.
Spoiler alert.
But I wouldn't have looked anyways.
No,
right?
you wouldn't have, yeah. You know that I'm going to do that.
Yeah, when I went to bed last night after all the basketball, I had a quick look, and there were no spoilers, no nothing. So maybe you guys were watching sports live or something.
Next time. No, I watched the game, and then... it
was good enough of a game, eh? Solid enough game.
It was solid,
win.
yeah. It was,
Kachuk's back.
Made it interesting again, but...
well, you know what? Make it interesting. You could say that, or you could just say this team is winning 1-goal games, man.
They have won. The stat there is apparently 21.
You're kidding.
No, yeah, 21, like 2 and something when they in 1-goal
in a
games.
1-goal game.
Yeah.
And guess what the playoffs are?
1-goal games.
1-goal games. That's what I informed the family on last night.
Right now,
they weren't sure, but I believe that is the case.
Well, guess who we'd be playing at the moment?
Right now, Washington or the Leafs.
Right now, it's the Leafs.
Right, because we're the 7th seed.
We're the first wild card or 7th seed. Would play against number 2, which is...
Yeah, that would not be the end of the world at
TML.
all.
We match up good against...
TML.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Toronto Maple Leafs. I was thinking Tampa Bay for some reason. Yeah, no, I think that would be...
a nice puppy.
That'd be a fun series, would it not?
Well, I think we match up well against them.
So do I.
This year. Last couple seasons, we beat them.
Although, as they as they say in the markets, past performance is no indication of future
returns. Yeah,
future returns.
Yeah, I know. No guarantees, but it is the playoffs, and anything can happen, right?
It's just
get into it, see what happens.
I say, hey, is this your new guitar?
That is my new guitar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have hockey that's meaningful.
It is, yeah.
How many years have we sat through late February's?
What do you mean February?
Yeah,
like December?
Yeah, December.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But here we are in late March, like watching those guys, like the reactions on their faces last night when they scored, when they scored the 3-1 goal, it looked like they felt they won the Stanley Cup. They're so into it.
Yeah.
They look like a tight knit group.
Yeah.
Hey,
They
look
do.
happy.
Yeah.
They look like they want to play. It looks like they want to keep playing this year.
Yeah.
So you know what? I think,
Yeah.
knock on wood, they're getting closer with every game.
Yeah.
I think when I looked this morning, what do they have? 83 points.
Yeah.
And the Rangers snuck into the last spot now.
Yeah, I heard that.
But they have 74 games played. Not that that's a big deal, but like Montreal has 2 games in hand on those guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be neat to see how it all
Yeah, like I saw the stat this morning. The chances of the Sens making the playoffs was 99.6%, I think.
That high?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it's because you look at all the teams immediately below them.
Well, like you said, they're 6 points up. Right?
Yeah, so they will have to win 4 more games than us out of the final 10 games.
Yeah.
And if we go if we go 500, they're going to have to run the table, these teams.
Well, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
And the other thing is too, like we're in the 7th spot or the first wild card spot,
and we could give them get the 8th.
We could, that's why I think it's 99 because we're going to make probably one of those 2 spots.
Yeah, good point.
But I think the thing is that, you're looking at. Yeah, we go 500, and the other teams have to have a much
they got to go 800 or 900.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. To unseat us, I think.
Yeah, to actually knock it in, we'd have to lose a bunch of games.
Which the Sens are capable.
They are
of
streaky.
Doing.
They are.
Exactly.
They are capable of losing
they're
5,
definitely
6 in
capable.
a row, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe not. Maybe at this point, with Ullmark, the way he's playing, and the team, how they're...
I thought that third goal was a bit soft.
That was a weird... He wasn't... Yeah.
I don't think he was quite set for the shot.
No, I think so.
Yeah. But then he comes through with some really big saves. So
he's the guy. We finally have that guy. I mean, win or lose, he's the guy now, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think they said that he has played 13 of the last 15 games.
Okay.
I doubt he plays today. I imagine
he plays today too.
I imagine it'll be Forsberg, because it's back to back and it's against Pittsburgh. Yeah. So,
what about Miralainen?
He is. Well, this is going to bring up an interesting conversation for the off season.
Don't they compare him to a young George Vezina?
Really?
Yeah.
Haven't you
heard that?
No.
Is it just me?
maybe you. Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
I think he'd be great, man.
Well,
the Hamburglar.
Well, it's going to bring up a lot of questions, I think, after the season's done, because I believe Forsberg is a UFA.
Really?
A free agent. Yeah.
After this year.
Okay. Unrestricted free agent. And Miralainen showed that he's got some game in him, and he would probably come in much less. The problem is, I believe Sogard.
Oh, Sogard.
He is on a one-way contract.
Where's he? Belleville?
He's in Belleville, yeah. And I believe he's on a one-way contract.
How did he do when he played?
Not great.
Up? No, I don't remember him doing. Whereas Miralainen played well.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go.
So I think the talk is Miralainen, but what do you do with Sogard?
Okay.
At that point.
And how long do we have Ullmark?
Well, he just signed an extension, another 5 years at least.
Oh gosh, then what are we worried about? Okay.
Yeah. Well,
so we're the conversations about who's backing him up is what you're saying.
That's the conversation, I believe.
So that's why Miralainen's a great fit for that. Switching gears, our Jays are off to a lackluster start.
Yeah, I watched a bit of the game yesterday. Yeah.
Oh man.
Scherzinger, was that his name?
Yeah.
Scherzinger?
Yeah. Pulled after
3
or 4 innings. Yeah.
Pulled himself, basically.
Pulled himself. They thought it was a blister on his thumb.
He's been having some thumb issues.
Apparently. Yeah, but apparently it wasn't. It was something else. Some sort of pull.
No, he talked about it in the post game.
And that was the reason?
Yeah, he was talking about
his thumb. Guys on the broadcast were saying it was a lat issue or something.
Could cause a lot issue.
Yeah.
I think they said.
Could cause a lot of issues.
Could cause a lot of issues.
Yeah.
No, he talked about it post game.
It sucked it through the. Oh, sorry, I cut you off. What did he say?
Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, it threw the momentum of the game. I thought it was a tight game that could have went either way, and then the new pitcher came in and Lovelady.
Lovelady.
Was that the name?
That's his name. Yes.
Mr. Lovelady comes in to save the day, and it didn't go well.
No, exactly.
My goodness.
How do you get a name like Lovelady?
That's an interesting name.
Where does that come from, eh?
Maybe he lost a bet in spring training and had to go with that for the. He has to wear that jersey for the first 3 starts.
Exactly.
Anyways, I mean.
No, because what? It was tied at that. No, Jays had gone up. Actually, 4-2.
Oh, right. They were up.
Jays were up 4-2.
That's true.
I changed the channel.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We're just flicking around in between the batting.
You're probably checking out the men's world curling championships.
No, I wasn't though.
Oh.
Yeah. But then I come back.
Yeah.
And it's 6-4 for the Orioles, and I'm like, what the hell did Lovelady do?
Yeah. No. Once again, I had that one recorded, thankfully.
Yeah.
And all I watched was the bottom halves of each inning.
Oh.
So I watched the Jays go 1, 2, 3 a few times.
Yeah.
But you know what? The saving grace is the fact the Orioles have proven themselves to be one of the top teams now. They're odds-on favorites to win the division. I mean, if we come out of this series today, if we win, it's a split series, and that would be a tremendous outcome. I think.
Yeah, that's.
And
what
the
they're
fact
saying,
we got one game is probably a good outcome.
Yeah.
And then we just got to rack up the points, man, against everybody else.
Although Bichette.
Oh my God!
Went what?
He's
4
playing.
for 4.
4 for 4 and a walk.
4 for 4 and a walk.
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
Couple runs scored.
Yeah. But then Big Papi comes up after him every time and does nothing.
Yeah, he did dick after that.
That was frustrating.
Yeah, I think he strike out? I think he struck out.
He struck.
I saw like he was chasing pitches all day.
Way out. Yeah, that's the Vladdy I remember at times.
It's like, why are you
That's
chasing?
the Vladdy that wants $800 billion a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways,
I mean, he's going to get
together,
it. Well, I think he's going to get it regardless, right?
He'll get it somewhere probably.
Yeah.
I like him enough to keep him, but come on. It's funny how in baseball, here we are bitching and moaning, and there's 179 games left.
I know. It's the first 4 games.
Yeah, but you get all fired up, eh?
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of fired up, how about the March Madness, man? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I don't normally watch that, but
I'm a big.
You're all in, eh? You're all like betting the parlays and betting your brackets and stuff.
Well, what it is it's like every game is a knockout game. Every game, right? Every game, someone goes home. That's what makes it so exciting.
Yeah.
If you watch an NBA basketball game in December, like, put me to sleep, right? It's even now, like, it's so unentertaining to me, an NBA game.
Right.
There's some great skill. There's lots of scoring, but what it lacks compared to an NCAA game is defense.
Right.
Like the biggest cheers in these so the scores too, right? You're winning games by like 62 to 58. Like, there's less scoring. There's more. I mean, the games are technically shorter, I believe, too. But regardless,
well, how much are their quarters?
2 halves.
Oh, it's just
2
2
20-minute halves.
Oh, okay.
Two
Yeah, the
20-minute
NBA
halves.
are 4 12-minute.
Yeah, 4 12s.
Yeah.
Well, that's so close.
So what's that? 4 12s?
Can you do
48?
that in your head? There you go. So yeah, you'll get the biggest like cheers sometimes when a team stuffs a team on offense, right? Or blocks them or intercepts it or something.
Yeah.
Which, God, that might happen never in the NBA. It's
become a 3-point game, right?
The NBA is a
3-point.
Oh, you're 100% right.
Yeah,
Super boring.
Everybody's trying for the trays.
Yeah. So the 3-point game is seen at times in the tournament too, but in fact, yesterday, oh my God, was it Florida? Yeah, Florida. Florida was down to Alabama, Arkansas, I don't know. Whoever Florida was playing yesterday, and Florida's a top seed. They were down. They were down 9 points, I think, late in the game. And their shooting was suspect. Like, the whole game was just kind of, they were in it, but not in it. And they nailed three-pointers in a row. And the crowd went nuts and everything was coming. And then they went ahead with a fourth three-pointer. I don't think I've seen 4 3-point shots consecutively at all in this whole tournament so far. They pulled that off. They won the game. They keep me in the hunt in my bracket for sure because I have them going to the finals.
You
Yeah.
have also Houston.
Houston's my pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
To win it all?
To win it all.
All right.
And
They're squeaking through, apparently.
they're squeaking through. You remember that from yesterday. They squeaked by Purdue.
Yeah.
Well, now you're getting into games where everybody's good at this
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
regardless of what seed
What are they in the
are.
final 8 right now?
They're in the final 8 right now, the Elite 8.
The Elite 8.
And 2 teams from yesterday punched their ticket to the Final 4.
Was that Houston?
No.
When
sadly.
did they play?
So Houston's up today, I think, against Tennessee. I think. And oh my God, what's the other game? Michigan State and Auburn.
Okay.
So this is a huge day for me. If Michigan State can beat Auburn and knock them out, Auburn is a favorite by many. I think that opens it wide open.
Seals it for you?
Doesn't seal it, but imagine there's 30 people in a pool and 15 of them have Auburn
Right.
and 10 of them have Duke.
Yeah.
2 of them have Houston and the rest have random teams. Okay.
Yeah.
So get rid of Auburn today.
Yeah.
Huge. That would be huge for me. Assuming Houston wins. I hope Houston wins.
Yeah.
Like I
They got to win.
I love watching it, but you have to admit when you have a little something on the line, it's more interesting to watch, which again, not promoting gambling here in any way. But you're invested in it. So every game in a tournament pool, you're invested in. So there's always, even if, like yesterday, there was a game, Duke and, excusez-moi, Duke
know
and
your
somebody.
limit, play within it.
For sure.
Yeah.
But Duke was playing someone, and I didn't have either team in that game. I
Right.
had lost previous rounds to that point.
Okay.
I'm still invested because I'm pulling for the team playing against Duke.
Right.
Because a whole bunch of people have Duke to win this thing.
Okay.
If Duke were to lose yesterday, that would have been amazing for me as well, right?
They won, though.
They won. So not a surprise.
Right.
So yeah, Duke's
Duke
in there.
Blue Devils?
The Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah.
With Mr. Flag. This guy is, I think he's not even a senior. He might even be a freshman. He's like just this phenom basketball player. They have him. So he's going to be tough to beat. Yeah, tons of fun though. You should have got in on the pool, man.
I had no clue about it. I didn't know about it.
Even got in on my buddy Tony House's pool.
Nobody told me.
Yeah.
Nobody told me. Well, you actually talked about you said you'd run into Tony House and he invited you to the pool,
And he gave me a few pointers that
not the swimming pool.
no, to the pool, but he gave me some pointers that did not turn out whatsoever.
Oh.
Yeah, I must admit.
And I thought he was a big basketball guy.
He's a big basketball guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently
Anyways.
not that good though.
Well, that's the thing, man.
Prognosticating.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. But had I have
That's
maybe,
why they play the games, right?
Had I have maybe not had that conversation, I might have been sitting even prettier right now. Hey, just saying. All right.
We'll blame Tony House if you lose.
Yeah.
You're out. Speaking of gambling.
Yeah. Well, hang on. You should know what
sorry.
my entry to the pool is called.
Yeah, okay, what is it?
It's called Cop Car Coffee.
Ah,
get a little free
nice.
advertising out there.
Sweet.
Maybe some of the poolies
Yeah.
will look at that and think, what the
Where do
hell?
you find that? Can we find it online?
Well, if you
See
go
how
to
you're doing?
ESPN,
Oh, it's on there, eh?
it's right on ESPN.
Okay.
It's an ESPN tool bracket. And talk about stats, eh? So there we are. The Cop Car Coffee Podcast's picks number 1.
There you go.
You click on that, baby.
You never consulted me though.
Yeah, I kind of just snuck it
You
through.
did,
eh?
and I would have maybe had some pointers
Yeah.
for you or something.
Oh my God! So this is huge. Yeah, today's game, Michigan and Auburn. I actually have Michigan picked to win. So not only would Auburn get knocked out and help everyone in the pool that doesn't have Auburn, I will pick up another 50 points for the win too because I actually have Michigan.
You like picking the dogs, eh?
A little bit, but that's not a high. That's a 1 versus 2. Like
is it?
I'd say they're very, very close.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
I had Florida beating Texas Tech yesterday, a 1-3 matchup. Duke won over Alabama, a 1-2, and then today we have another 1-2, Houston, Tennessee. So
Huh.
I guess my point is after the round of 16, especially, here's the so-called seedings that are left, right?
Things are
a
heating up.
1-2, a 1-3, a 1-2, and a 1-2.
Wow, you couldn't
So
have
if anybody-
asked for much better in
But
college basketball.
and I'm sure there's people in the running and in this pool and mini pools that just went with, pick the highest seed every time, and
Yeah.
they're going to be here, right? So,
Yeah, for sure.
So next year we'll count you in.
Yeah.
But what's really fun, sorry to dwell on the March stuff here. We got many other topics here.
We do.
But you are engaging, so it is expanding the limits of each one.
Yeah.
The statistics, man, it's incredible. Like, if I go, they have a forecast tool here. This is what I find especially cool. Okay.
Yeah.
It analyzes everybody's bracket and gives them a percentage to win the pool.
Oh, okay.
So the highest percentage to win this pool is
Yeah.
a young lady, perhaps named Isla McKay, who has Duke picked to win, and she has a 24% chance to win the pool.
Huh?
At number 2 is Jeff L's picks. He has Auburn. He has a 17% chance to win the pool. Guess who's in third place, according to the projections?
Cop Car Coffee.
Cop Car Coffee Podcast's picks.
Nice.
1. It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
12% chance to win the pool.
Nice.
And then it goes on, right? Goes all the way down to these poor, some people have a 0% chance, right?
Yeah.
Whoa, this guy must be brutal. I won't say any names. But his main pick, Auburn, is still in the running. But he's got a 0% chance to win. Interesting. Yeah, cool, eh?
Good work, Duff, I guess.
Well, thank you. So
Aye?
far, so
Third
good.
place in the pool
So far, so good.
with
It's nice to be in the
12%
running.
chance of winning.
12% chance, which is the third highest chance. Yeah.
That's nice.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
I guess you don't need my inputs then.
Not for that.
No,
I could use your inputs on the NHL parlays that I've been so close to, perhaps.
Yeah.
That's 3 in a row.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you keep picking again the
Yeah.
dogs,
Yeah.
and what I mean by the dogs is the underdogs.
Well,
For a lot of it, you pick Calgary over Edmonton,
But then I had Edmonton winning the game before. And
they lost.
Maybe I'm just done with Edmonton.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet both ways on them and
Yeah.
both times. So to fill the listener in, 4-game parlays. Okay.
Yeah.
3 correct
Let's
NHL.
explain though. Before you go
Explain
on.
the parlay. I need
No,
a sip
you
of
explain the
coffee.
parlay because I really don't understand the parlay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. On the over-unders and all that stuff.
A
but-
parlay is a bet that you win if you pick 2 or more correct outcomes of a bet.
Okay.
So the easiest parlays are you have a few games. If you and why it's good is because if you want to pick favorites or your favorite team sometimes,
Yeah.
if you pick, Ottawa to beat Chicago
Yeah.
and you bet $1, you might, and you put $1 on the line, you might get back $1.22.
Right.
You're winning 22 cents.
Yeah.
Right? So if you want to still bet on them because you feel they're a lock, but you want to win a bit more money, you parlay that with other multiple bets. Because the second you add bets, the more likely it is something's going to screw up on you.
Yeah.
As is the case with
Yeah.
Duff for the last 3 times. Right? So I've had 4 different NHL games, right?
Yeah.
And I've been successful on 3 out of 4 bets each time, right? The 4th bet, and it's literally actually been the 4th one, the one from the West Coast that screwed me up
Edmonton.
like 3 nights in a row.
Edmonton.
Yeah. And we're not talking big stakes here. I mean, I put $1 down
Yeah.
just to test the waters and
Yeah.
everything.
Now, who are you betting through?
Poker Stars.
Poker Stars.
Our favorite poker app.
Yes. There's so much, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. Even the Ottawa Senators are sponsored by betting. But you were
It's
saying
everywhere. And we're going to talk about gambling revenue in our good province a bit later in the show.
Well, why don't we talk about it now?
Well, why don't we?
We're on that.
Why don't we talk more
topic.
gambling first?
Oh,
no?
okay.
We can talk.
Well,
about
we
it.
should.
It's all the same.
We should disclaim.
Money doesn't matter.
Exactly. We should disclaim the gambling portion of the show, just like we
Disclaim it
do
big
for the
time.
investing portion
Yeah,
of the show.
purely entertainment
It's
purposes.
Do not follow Duff's
No.
advice, especially.
No.
Well, I mean,
No, don't.
you're okay on the
I do okay.
on the basketball bracket,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not doing so well on the parlays
I'm
for
consistent
the NHL.
enough, eh? I'm consistent enough with that. It makes me want to bet on basketball, which I don't. Like, I mean, actually bet.
Oh,
I
okay.
should be doing these friggin' parlays with the basketball.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, so yeah, I mean, you were talking about like.
I see how people get hooked.
Well, I was just going to bring up the
Yeah.
fact that yesterday in
Yeah.
our little coffee that you had
Yeah.
mentioned that with Poker Stars anyway, and we don't get any money from Poker
No,
Stars.
we
We're
are not
affiliated.
sponsored by
No,
almost
exactly.
anyone. Yeah.
Or by nobody.
No.
Eh,
Got the odd deal at Scotty's for a while. That's about
for
it.
a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But the way they hooked you in was
Yeah.
that they
Oh, yeah. Good.
gave you a buck
Yes, good point.
to
Yes.
to make another bet.
And you
on
will
another
experience
parlay.
that as well, DDT. That's why I'm saying you got to get in there and get that final $19 spent, eh?
Well, I'm at $21 that
Yeah.
I have in my account.
Nice. Okay.
Somehow I went up. I only put 20 in.
Well, you won something.
I must have won at some
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Well, let's explain that, like, to the listeners. So, Poker Stars is
App.
all you can bet app, where it's not just poker. They have a sports betting component.
Yeah.
And when you play a poker game, if you lose, they give you a free $1 sports bet.
Yeah.
I think it's genius. Like, I feel like I'm getting something. Like,
Yeah.
I've been doing this for a week now, and
Yeah.
if I ever hit on it, it's like I'll be back up, right?
Yeah.
But
I didn't have the app on my new phone,
okay,
so I reinstalled it yesterday after we had talked about it.
good.
Yeah. And that's where I saw my $21 still
Yeah.
in there, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna
Yeah,
sit down for a game,
good.
and I registered for a game, but there was no players.
Yeah, so I taught you how, because it's now Ontario. Even,
Yeah, and that's changed too, right?
Yeah,
From
so
when
Poker Stars, before the Ontario government got their
greedy
lengthy
little hands.
tentacles
Yeah,
into
they're
all
greedy
this
little
stuff.
hands.
And then again, we're not judging that, because we're gonna
No.
let the good listener know what we think the government's getting
Mm.
for us on behalf of the province here soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'd go into PokerStars.com and you'd be sitting down at a table against players from all over the world,
Yeah.
and you could pick absolutely any game. Like, I'm guessing at any one time they would literally have millions of people playing the friggin' thing. Like, millions.
You could
probably.
see where they were from.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So I was back then
Yeah.
just playing free money games.
Yep.
But you would go in and you could get into any table, and
Ah.
you would say, "Is like there's Billy Bob from Texas,
Yep.
and whatever from
Romania.
Australia or
Yeah,
Romania."
it was
or-
unlimited.
Yeah.
And with that sort of power, like economics of scale, basically, you could
Yeah.
sit down and pick an obscure
Nice
type
term.
of game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd always have players. Whereas in Ontario, one of my favorite games from back then was like you put $1 down
Yeah.
and you play knockout poker with six
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
That's not happening. There's just not enough interest, I guess, in Ontario for that game to make it work.
Well, that's what I was
Right.
just saying. So I
Yeah.
reinstalled the app, opened it up,
Yeah.
went to go sit in on a game, and then it's like, well, you register for the game,
Yeah.
and then it's like there's nobody there.
You've
so
got
you
a
gotta
seat
wait.
and you're sitting there waiting like a clown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta wait. Yeah,
No, it's silly.
it's like, well, how do I know when
You won't. Yeah.
six people register?
Where that works, from what I've heard, is if you have your poker nights with your neighbor buddies here, you could all, in theory, get together and say, look, guys, how about at 8 o'clock tonight, we log on, we're
Right.
going to go to this game, play, and then you end up playing with people you know. That's how you fill up a table.
Right.
But that's not my style.
Well,
I don't really wanna
even
do
in
that.
the free money games, it was
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah,
You register for a table,
yeah.
but there's nobody in there.
No. So
Before,
my advice...
you could pick. You'd go in and right away.
Yeah,
you're
because you'd have the
sitting
whole
at a table.
world.
Yeah.
Which is weird. This is what I kind of don't get too. Like if Ontario, if OLG wanted to take it to the next level and get more money out of us playing games like this,
Mm-hmm.
let us play in those games, but our money goes to Ontario. Like
Is it too
I'm
hard?
sure there's
for
an
the,
algorithm for that. Like
Well,
it
I'm just-
might be harder for sure,
Yeah.
because right now it's everything.
Yeah.
Like,
But they do
all the
ask for
money-
your location when you log in, though.
Yeah, they
wanna
don't
verify
ask.
your
They just
location.
determine it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day,
By your IP address.
yeah, but at the end of the day, Ontario Poker Stars has collected X number of dollars, and Ontario gets their portion. But if you were trying to determine that out of a whirlpool, yeah, it would be trickier, I guess.
Well, I mean, they have, like I said, the
Or they
login.
just use the IP addresses.
Well,
You're
that's
right.
what I'm saying. Like unless you have or you're on a VPN, then
Yeah.
then,
Which I'm sure there's a bunch of people doing that too. But the average Joe, but my point is, I'm okay with it, I guess, right? But the quick advice was just, if you want to play, you play in a cash game or you play in a tournament. So there are your two best options for Ontario.
Yeah.
Because you'll always have 6 people in the whole province playing a cash game.
Yeah.
Whether it's a 2-cent table or a $50 table.
Yeah.
And the tournaments are super fun. That's what I like, but I don't have the attention span and I don't have the strategy to get in there and play aggressive enough in a half an hour time limit, which I kind of have. So unless you have 3 hours for sure that you can sit down and devote to it.
Biggest
and
problem.
I'm a sucker. I'll still sit down thinking, I just want to get some quick hits and quick wins. And you play like that in a tournament, you're screwed.
It's like watching an NFL game.
Yeah.
You got to sit there for 3 hours.
You got to sit down.
Yeah. But, for me, I just don't have the time.
No, I don't have. Not even me. I don't have the time for that either.
Yeah.
But lots of fun. And this brings us to our final answer.
Final answer.
Yeah, what the listener's been waiting for.
I'm sure they've been sitting on the edge of their seats waiting for this.
I bet you they have.
Have they?
Yeah, they don't even know. They can't read minds, but we think they can. We think that they know what they're waiting for, but they do not know.
No.
Gambling revenue.
We need to tell them.
Our question today, pre-podcast, was how much freaking money is the Ontario government making from this obsessive boom in gambling?
Yeah.
It's
now,
everywhere.
There was 2 amounts, right?
Yeah.
There was that from the gambling, and then there was just OLG, Ontario Lottery and Gaming.
I like that
how
number.
much they're making.
Like they're both interesting numbers.
Yeah.
Let's do the big one first.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It looked legit because this was right from OLG, Ontario Lottery and Gaming Commission or Corp.
I think.
It was almost $7 billion.
Yeah. Crazy.
That's great though, in a way, right? Like especially if it's coming from people that can't afford it, maybe. Like it's like an optional tax almost. And that goes back to paying for our schools and hospitals and roads, right?
It basically is an optional tax.
Yeah.
And a lot of people pay that tax.
I
mean,
say
even last week
lower the mandatory tax and take more from the gamblers, maybe.
Well, I mean, I even contributed the odd time to that tax.
Same.
But I'm not a guy that'll put $5 down on Lotto Max, for example.
No.
I'll play the $1 and $2.
They used to say that was a tax on the stupid.
I think it still is.
I just like calling it an optional tax.
Yeah, well, that's much more PC for sure. But I mean, how many times have you been in line somewhere at a grocery store or something, convenience store?
And someone's scratching
with
things
their
and getting
20 lottery tickets in front of you, trying to see which ones won and cash them out and then buy another $100 worth of tickets.
The biggest example of that I can think of is at the Carlingwood Mall, the little lottery kiosk out in the middle. I don't know if you've ever been there recently.
Why is it the boomers that always like?
It's boomers. It's older folks. I mean, they're in there for their morning walk and their coffee and their popcorn, and then the line's like 20 people long.
Normally,
all the time.
I see it's the boomers,
and they have those little boxes with the tickets. You peel them open. It's like it's like a video, not a video. It's like a slot machine on paper.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but they're in there and they're like ding ding, and it's like, the clerk is checking them out, and then ding 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 ding. You won like $2 or whatever, free ticket. It's like, okay, like.
Oh, I made the mistake once of standing in that line to get a lottery ticket checked, and I said never again. Oh. And I don't need that. That's once I get sucked into the whatever lotto it is. I don't even know the name, 649 or Ontario, whatever. Yeah, when it hits some record high, and everyone, I'm like, oh, why the hell not, right?
Oh, Lotto Max when it gets to 70 million,
something like that. I'll buy a ticket. Okay. And I never even know, do I want Encore? Do I not?
Yeah.
Like what? Like they're asking me, I'm like, I don't know.
Encore?
Like
for $1 extra?
Sometimes I say yes, sometimes I say no.
I know.
And if I say yes, I never win. If I say no, I look later and I've definitely won something. I don't even know how much though, because the numbers have to match at the front or the back. I don't know.
I don't know. But my point is, like, it's just, it is a tax on stupid, really.
Yeah.
Just because, what are your chances of winning,
Yeah.
right? But, they promote the hell out of it.
Yeah.
They show the winner, so you're always sitting there
Yeah.
going, oh, that could be me, I guess.
But in a way, I feel less.
Some people, that's their retirement.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
But when I see
Funding their retirements.
when I see us inundated, and I'm definitely not happy when I see odds being revealed on like sports shows, like Sports Center and
yeah.
when they literally give odds and that
Yeah.
is too prevalent. Like
They
it's
do
too
that.
much.
They even do that during the
game. They give updated
Yeah,
stats.
they do that
Yeah.
now on the radio
Yeah.
broadcast.
So
as well.
that's the worst in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then the
because
next.
they're all sponsored by
Well, sure they are.
betting sites.
I
Right?
think it's brought back the livelihood of these entertainers, basically these
Yeah.
sports broadcasters. Like
Yeah.
this is why we can have multiple sports channels in this country
Yeah.
and 15 people covering a Senators game.
Yeah.
Like you're right. I think the betting companies are
Yeah.
paying for this now.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
So yeah, there's that, but then there's the flat out gambling ads that you see now.
Yeah.
You see these people sitting at home spinning slot machines on their
Oh,
phone.
yeah.
All the little fancy jingles. Like there's so many different. There's one like dun, 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 like Oho or Ojo or something.
Ojo, yeah.
That one, like it's not
Yeah.
even sports betting. That's just like pure like
That's
slot
just online
machines.
casino. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
And then MGM has an
MGM.
So the
Bet
Poker
99,
Stars, the Poker Stars is Ontario, but there's a Bet 99 Ontario.
Yeah,
there's a MGM Ontario.
Yeah,
I can't believe
There's
how.
so many. Yeah. But the best was always,
Yeah.
in my mind, Proline, which is
Yeah.
again that's Ontario Lottery.
Who
So they've
even-
taken a bit of a hit because
I
of all the
bet.
other ones.
I
But
wonder if that's even a thing.
they
still.
had the best
Yeah.
TV ads ever. You remember those TV ads for Proline?
I remember some football ones.
Well, they
for
had
Proline.
the one that really sticks out in my mind.
Yeah.
Obviously, was the hockey one
Yeah.
where the coach comes in the dressing room and goes, "Okay, boys, we're going
Yeah.
something like old school
Yeah.
or
Throwback everything.
throwback." Yeah, throwback.
Not that one. That
Yeah.
was Proline.
That's Proline.
Throwback
yeah.
everything.
No, throwback everything. And then they cut to the guys on the ice. They got
Yeah.
like 1920 skates
Right.
with like
Right. I remember
1920s
that.
gloves, and they're falling all over the place. Yeah, they had the best ads.
It's funny how we talk about the youth today, how it's become endemic almost, like with the sports gambling and it is bad. I know some sad stories about kids that gamble in that, but
Yeah.
I remember gambling in university with Proline.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
do some
was a
Proline
thing,
as well. Yeah, of course.
I remember a big win once too. I remember I won $123, 1, 2, 3,
Wow.
on some sort of simple parlay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a lot of money
It was.
in the mid to late 90s. That was a lot of money.
Yeah, it was like a dopamine rush, right?
It was great.
Yeah.
And it was
That's why-
cash.
that's
You'd go in with
yeah.
your ticket and they'd scan it and they'd give you the cash and it was like woohoo.
And then you're like, I'm gonna do it more.
Yeah, well, you know what? I
Right.
took everybody out for lunch.
Did you?
Took a bunch of people out for lunch
That's
with
nice.
that. That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all my buddies and that. It was great.
Very nice.
And I still had money left over. How
Back
could
then,
you take
yeah.
8 people out for lunch these days for under $123?
McDonald's maybe.
Maybe Greek. Get a little shawarma, a Greek wrap and fries.
Nah, even that is like up to $20.
Yeah. That should be my pick of the week someday. Cosmos Souvlaki on Green Bank.
Oh, yeah.
You want a good affordable lunch? Like
Yeah.
$11 is their combo
Is it really?
for a chicken
Are you-
souvlaki sandwich.
When was the last
fries,
time you
and
were
a drink.
there?
Last Friday.
Oh, okay. I was good. If you had
Yeah.
said like 2 years ago.
No, last Friday. Yeah,
Yeah.
$11. I'm not kidding. It was, and
Nice.
it's so good.
Is
Yeah.
it comparable to your Lake Placid Greek?
It's comparable, but
The exchange rate.
the Greek place in the States is phenomenal, and it's a different style of food.
Right.
Slightly different, and it's definitely more expensive.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
it's Lake Placid, I guess.
Your combo there is 16 US, which is 20 some Canadian, but it's
Yeah.
fantastic. It's
Yeah.
the best food there, if you ask me.
Yeah. Only when they're open, though.
Yeah, you tend to expect places to stay open late at night. and-
Wow. A Saturday and they're closed at like 6?
well, you snooze, you lose, buddy.
It's a Saturday,
It's Lake Placid.
like 9 o'clock at least.
It's Lake Placid.
I know. Speaking of
Yeah.
that, my daughter was invited to the AAU
Fantastic.
North All-Star game.
Yeah.
To play in the All-Star game.
In Springfield, Mass.
Is it Springfield, Massachusetts? Okay, yeah.
Well, that's what
She
you
said
yesterday,
Springfield. She thought, yeah,
I think Springfield's in Massachusetts.
it could be. She can't go because she injured her knee playing for the varsity soccer team.
Brutal.
So she's really upset.
That sucks.
She can't go. But
She would have had fun at that.
Well,
too.
I said your equipment's here. You dropped it off at March break.
Yeah.
Oh, we come back and pick it up.
You know what would have been better is if that All-Star game was in Florida. Oh, it was just the local. It was the North.
It's
thing?
the North.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right.
I don't know if
whole
they
thing.
do the whole.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah, they should do that in Florida, where they had the Nationals.
Yeah. So I wonder who is all that over? Like, I wonder who won. They
Syracuse
didn't make it. Yeah.
in the women's.
Yeah. How did it
Syracuse.
turn out?
Syracuse won it.
You're kidding.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. They
So
won.
Syracuse went down to
Syracuse
the
went
finals.
down.
and
Yeah.
won
There was
it.
no doubt about that. I said, well, I said from the beginning of the season, Syracuse would win. So Syracuse University won the women's nationals.
Oh,
at
good for
AAU.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding.
I think it was Tampa, University of Tampa again in the final. against
Probably,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to
But
see.
the women's division is not.
It's good to see it growing down there.
It is, yeah. Like there's a lot of teams in the South. Actually,
Yeah.
there's a lot of big schools.
Yeah.
With
Starting hockey programs.
hockey
And this is where
programs.
they start, is in that league.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and I'm talking like University of Alabama, so
Yeah.
Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
They call it the Frozen Tide.
Love it.
They have it in the men's. They have men's divisions too.
Yeah.
You're talking like Georgia Tech,
Yeah. Yeah.
University of Tampa, like all these big.
Houston.
I don't think Houston. Yeah. All these big NCAA D1,
Florida Gators.
D1
The Florida
schools.
Frozen Gators.
Florida Frozen Gators. All these big NCAA D1
Just simply add
schools.
Frozen in front of the moniker for all of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That they have these AAU
Yeah.
starting out in AAU teams.
I think that's
so
cool.
it's good.
Yeah, why not?
It's good for it was good for my daughter
Yeah.
experiencing that last year
Yeah.
and playing against these teams and winning the tournament. But
No kidding.
they got their rings.
Oh, and then they had a target on them this year, and they
They weren't very good.
They
this
couldn't
year.
pull it
Well,
off.
actually, they had a winning record. They
I
just
think they were as good this year as ever, but
Yeah,
just
but they just
when a team would play them, it'd be, hey, you're playing the champions, guys, and
yeah, they might be up for it.
they might have, every team they played wanted them,
Yeah.
right?
The men's Paul Smith's men's team played in
Yeah.
their D2, I think.
The male Bobcats.
The male Bobcats played down there, and they went 0-3. But they were 16th seed, I think.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oh well.
They take. I
Can't win
watched
them
some
all.
of the games. They take so many penalties.
Yeah, that's their game. They're a bit rougher, maybe.
Yeah, it's just like stay out of the
Try
box,
to
guys.
slow the
Come on.
game down, draw them into shenanigans.
Yeah. But it's like the Sens used to be. Like they'd get a goal and give one up like 30 seconds
Yeah,
later.
oh God, we did that. We just did that last night again.
Yeah, we did.
After that first goal, eh?
Yeah.
Oh well, good stuff. Anything else on the show you wanted to hit on?
Well, you got lots of stuff there.
A couple more things.
Yeah.
Okay. Costco cost savings update.
Should we do the pick first?
Why don't we? No.
No? Leave that till last?
Leave it till next week. It's so depressing.
No, let's do it today.
Oh God.
Come on.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
All right.
Before I get into Costco, why don't you tell us how your decision to drop your weekly food delivery service, how that's paying off?
Yeah, so as the listener might know, we
Are we mentioning the names of these services?
I mean we've mentioned it before,
Oh,
right?
we just
The
said it was good food.
Good food. Make good food.
Good food as a verb.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're
And
rating them.
and they're great. Like I have nothing but
Yeah.
good things to say about their service. The food was always
Cost
good.
was reasonable.
Well, somewhat reasonable, I guess. Yeah, because
So how much a month were you paying? to
we're
good food?
paying. I did the math, and we're paying average out about $500 a month.
Okay,
for good
500 a
food.
month, but that was to get you
The
how
idea-
many meals?
It was 4 meals a week,
Okay, for
4
500
dinners,
a month.
4
Gotcha.
dinners. So
Okay.
the idea was to let's put it this way. We had a problem kind of planning meals throughout
Sure.
the week,
Yeah,
right?
as we all do.
Yeah. So the thought behind it was to sign up for this thing. You just pick them online.
Yeah.
They send the food that's got everything in
Oh,
there that you
sounds
need.
great.
Then you could
Yeah.
cut down,
Yeah.
right, on your other groceries. Because then you don't need to buy, like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Small portions of something.
Yeah.
It's all there.
It's all there.
Yeah.
So it
One
worked out
stop
great.
shop.
We did it for at least 2 years, maybe a little
Yeah.
bit more.
You did that for 2 years, eh?
At least, yeah.
Wow.
Might have been 2.5. But and it was great.
Okay.
You know, you don't have to. There's no second guessing. You don't have any leftovers. Like if you bought an onion, they send you an onion, so
Yeah.
you'd use that one onion. You didn't
Yeah.
have to buy an onion, and that you didn't have any.
I like
So
that. I like that idea.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it was great. You know, 4 times a week, but you only have a choice between 2 and 4 portions.
Yeah.
When my daughter was back from school, we did 4 portions.
Yeah.
And then when
Oh yeah,
she
you
was
could
away,
up it or lower
yeah.
it, eh?
So so it averaged about 500 per month.
Okay.
So we cut that out, and obviously we're saving now 500 per month.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah. So this is what I'm most curious about.
there is a big however. in
Does
there.
that 500 go right into 500 of something else?
No.
Or do you save a little and you spend 300 and it's more work? Or...
We have saved. So we've got a bunch of recipes over the
Yeah.
last 2 years.
Right. You collected the recipes.
Yeah, they send you recipe cards, right?
Yeah, so
So we
now
never
you're-
threw them out. We just keep
So in theory, you could duplicate them for way less.
Correct.
Yeah.
correctamundo, except that. So what we do is we pick out, 5 recipes, 6
Yeah.
recipes for the week, right? And then we write down what ingredients we need
Yes. Well, this is what I've been doing all along.
for those recipes.
And I think I know where this is going. Yeah.
However, again, a big however,
Yeah.
is that unlike the good food packages, you
Yeah.
end up with like, okay, this recipe has celery, and in the packages it calls in the it's
2
called for
stalks of celery.
2 stalks of celery, but you can't find just 2 stalks.
We need
of
a
celery.
neighborhood co-op on this sort of shit. You
Yeah.
know that? Because I couldn't tell you how many times I've made a nice pot of chili.
Yeah,
And ideally, I have a couple stalks of celery in there, but I'm not buying a $6 chunk of celery with
That's
15 stalks to get to.
what
right?
I had to do.
And when I do,
What are you
I
going
do
to
a nice job. I clean up the rest. I put them in a glass with water, and the kids, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
A week later,
Never eat it.
they're still sitting
Exactly.
there. The
That's the
celery's growing again. I got
Yeah,
a forest in my kitchen, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm tempted. I'm at the grocery store just
Yeah.
to pull off 2 stalks of the celery.
Yeah. Oh, sneak it in there.
Yeah,
with the
exactly.
broccoli.
Put that in a bag.
No,
It's
I
like,
hear ya.
But yeah, it's like
And the
so
spices too, right?
the spices, yeah.
Like you
You got to go and buy the spices.
So you'll never have it. It probably will never taste as good because
It's
you're always
not-
missing one ingredient.
Exactly,
But you
yeah.
might be saving a lot of money and it
Yeah.
tastes okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like we I think we're paying a bit less,
Yeah.
but we end up with more. Like stuff like peppers, you can buy 1 pepper. Right?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't have to worry about buying a bunch of celery stalks or what have you. But stuff like that, yeah, it's a bit of a pain. So you do end up with more than you need sometimes
Yeah.
for the one recipe.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And the other thing is sticking to doing that hasn't been 100%. Let's say.
Have you bought more takeout or ate out more
No,
because
no,
of
no.
this? Well, that's good.
But I have
'Cause
eaten
you could
more.
quickly succumb to that.
I
as
have
well.
eaten more store-bought pizza
Okay. More
than
store-bought pizza.
anticipated, shall we say?
Well, let me tell you this, okay? You guys, this is a perfect transition to the Costco plan now, because one of the best things we get at Costco is this 3 pizza dough package with sauce. I forget exactly what it's called. It's averaging around $10. And it's like a sourdough crust. It is so good, man. And the sauce they put in is a nice mild marinara sauce. It's perfect. Okay. So we do our make your own pizza once a week. We just did it yesterday.
Yeah.
And you know what? If we're trying to be really cost effective like we were yesterday for some reason, it's whatever we have in the house. We thought we had some pepperoni. It was a little old, so we chucked it. It didn't taste quite right. So you know what the pizza's entailed? bacon, olives,
Yeah.
and peppers.
There you go.
And it was fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
3 fresh big pizzas. Like they're fantastic.
Yeah.
I got to get the name. This is something I should pump out.
Yeah.
Okay. So for $10, and the bacon is one of your picks, actually. I get it all the time
The
now.
Greenfields?
The Greenfields.
Yeah.
I like the smaller portions, actually.
Yeah.
And so we cooked up half of one of those. I don't know. What's that? $3 maybe worth of bacon.
Yeah.
2 peppers and a third of a jar of olives.
Yeah.
Like that whole friggin' meal, man, might have cost $18.
Yeah.
And it's for lunch today.
Yeah.
3 great pizzas. So that's one of the best.
Well, I did last time. I picked up your suggestion of
With the ribs?
No, the lean ground beef,
Oh gosh, no
which
brainer.
was like 30.
It's expensive
but
on site, but you divide that up into
we
3 or
divided it
4.
up, yeah.
Yeah.
We put the rest in the freezer. We
Yeah.
took it out when we needed it. Like last
Perfect.
night, my wife did make
Yeah.
one of the good food recipes.
Okay.
With that beef.
With the beef.
Yeah.
It's good beef, SD. Eh?
We.
Yeah.
We tabarnak.
Yeah. So same thing. So
Yeah.
that's another Costco saving hack right there. You get
Yeah.
great quality beef. It's not cheap per pound, but
No.
it's great.
It was
and if
good,
you
yeah.
if you pay $35 for 2.2 kilograms is almost what it seems to be all the time, like almost 5 pounds of beef.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you divide that up into 4, let's say,
Yeah.
or whatever you want. Great chili,
So I'm.
soup,
Yeah,
whatever you want to
exactly.
make.
So
yeah.
I'm assuming that you're not boycotting Costco then.
Well, the funny thing about Costco
Shop
is
Canadian.
why the hell would you?
I know.
I've got one thing I get at Costco
Yeah.
that every week I go in, I'm thinking it's going to be 25% more, and it still isn't. I don't think they're touching food.
Is that
I
the
haven't
beef
heard
ribs?
boo. I haven't heard boo about tariffs on food at all, right?
No.
Nothing.
No.
But anyways, back to
Yeah.
the original point. Everything at Costco is Canadian, except
it?
these the bag of nuts. That's the spoiler.
Where's the nuts from?
Well, we don't grow a lot of nuts in Canada.
No, but are they from the U.S.?
I think a lot of them are from the States.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right.
But
You see that people are passing up
well, hang on. Back to okay, go.
strawberries.
Oh, I told you about
The
that
American
weeks ago.
strawberries like
Yeah, it's
$1.99. The Canadians
it's-
are like $5 or $6.99.
I don't know if that.
I'm
I
buying
don't
the
even.
Canadian ones.
I don't think that's still happening. That's ridiculous.
I see it all the time.
Really? Eh?
Yeah.
So at Costco, what was I gonna say about all your meat? It's all Canadian, and not only is it,
Yeah, but it's from Alberta.
I think that's still part
So
of Canada.
that's-
I think that's still
No,
part of
but
Canada.
like they're like Daniel Smith.
and it's
Come
not
on.
all from Alberta. You'd be
Jeez.
surprised how much beef is produced in Ontario.
Daniel
man.
Smith's trader. Right?
I don't know why you're obsessed on that woman, right? We're just talking about food in Canada right now. The deals, so Canadian pork, okay? I think we make a ton of this stuff, and maybe other countries aren't taking it as much as they used to for some reason.
There is actually, just as an aside.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
It's fine. I'm on a
Not
roll
really
with
sorry.
my pork
Okay,
here.
go ahead. Go on. Your
Well, I was just going to say, the racks of ribs you can get at Costco now
Yeah.
for prices I don't think I've seen in years. It's unbelievable.
I prefer the beef ribs. Though.
Well, we'll get to that in a sec. But the pork ribs are fantastic as well. And I think they're going for about $20 a rack, man.
Yeah.
The side
25.
ribs. No.
Oh no, yeah, that's the beef ribs. Sorry.
So
Yeah.
the pork ribs, though, they're like, as if the listener can see me right now.
Yeah.
These friggin'
Those
ribs are about 2 feet long.
That's not 2 feet. That's about 15 inches.
Well,
bit
whatever.
more?
Whatever that is.
Yeah. Okay.
Two ribs in the package
yeah.
for like $22 or something.
Wow.
It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
It's almost like
What are they
we
feeding
used
those goats?
we used to see prices like that when the Americans were dumping stuff in Canada, which I never complained about because it was super cheap food.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Canadian pork at that price.
Yeah.
So maybe we're not being able to sell it elsewhere. I don't
There's
know.
actually I've come to find out
Yeah.
basically that there's a lot of tariffs on agricultural products that we just don't know about.
There must be.
There is, yeah. I think on milk, for example.
Well, I know that's
that's a huge
that's
one.
a whole
Yeah.
like irregular system. But when you really think about it, like I think the bottom line is a country that can't feed itself is in problems.
Yeah.
We can, thankfully.
Well,
Our biggest problem now is if the rest of the world doesn't want our excess products, we
can't
have
dump it.
more.
Yeah.
So that might drive prices down even further for us.
One thing I don't
It's
understand.
not a problem in some ways.
Yeah, one thing
right?
I don't understand is
Yeah.
we're all upset about the tariffs that the U.S. is putting on Canadian stuff.
Supposedly putting on. Yeah.
Yeah, like on April 2nd,
Oh, yeah.
apparently tariffs go on automobiles or whatever.
Apparently. Yeah. You think it's going to happen?
But last week,
You
or the
think
week,
it's going to happen?
I don't know.
It's
Who
not going to
knows?
happen.
Actually,
It's not going to happen.
well, cars under
How many tariffs have they actually applied to anything
I don't
since
know
this
yet.
start? Not much.
Yeah. Apparently, cars are exempt under the USMCA, United States, Mexico, Canada Free Trade Agreement.
So there you go.
So a lot of it is already exempt,
Well, there you go.
and
Or
that
is
that
he-
will
or
be
is
for a
he-
while.
I don't know. They're making it sound like he's ignoring that, but I don't. I don't. Think
No,
he-
they've come out and said that. No.
So they're gonna
still
only
some
tariff
stuff is already
cars.
exempt.
They're only gonna tariff like BMWs right from Deutschland.
If they're made in Deutschland.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But here's the thing. A couple weeks ago, China imposed 100% tariffs on Canadian agricultural products.
Sure. That's kind of been a thing for a while,
And-
has it not?
No, it hasn't. But
Well,
they're
I remember
China.
I remember them taxing the crap out
Jesus,
of our
man.
canola oil like a while ago.
But this is new. That's
Okay,
put
this
on
is
like
new.
stuff that we ship over there. And now these farmers out west that ship that stuff there. But nobody has said tickety boo about China's tariffs. And I think it's all because of, Orange Man bad, right? Obviously. And like nobody says G Man bad.
What am I gonna do if I go to the dollar store and I'm gonna have to pay $3 instead of $1.50? Am I still gonna do it?
I don't know. Are you?
Well, that's 100% tariff right
I
there.
know.
You wouldn't do it?
Well, I'd probably still go.
Yeah.
It's probably still cheaper than everything else.
Well, and you're supporting the Canadian economy because all that tariff just goes to us, not to China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know either.
But the U.S. ones, I mean, I think it's just more because Orange Man bad.
I think
Everybody's upset because they don't like Trump.
I think the one of the many interesting things out of all of this is how it's a war in the media, social media, regular media.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure what, if any, tariffs have been applied in the States to anything from Canada. Yeah, I honestly don't.
Yeah,
but I do know we have done immediate
retaliation. Yeah.
guaranteed. So whether or not they have done anything down there, we have.
Have we?
We definitely have. Can you buy your bourbon at the LCBO?
No, I can't.
I went to get hardwood flooring
Right
last
there.
week. I
Yeah.
told you that. Deal.
Yeah, you said
it's
that.
on.
Yeah.
It's
That's
on.
true. Yeah.
We looked at two different types of hardwood, and the
Yeah.
guy's like, he says, if you're debating between these two, I'm telling you right now, this one here is from the States, and it's 25% more. And we're
Yeah.
like, you're kidding me. It's actually in. He's like, yep, we're doing it. So we're like,
there you go.
well, I guess
Good
we're
point
going with
then.
this one, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it wasn't even a choice.
Yeah.
So it's real. We've applied all these things. And even if we haven't, like you've alluded to, the perception out there to buy Canadian, the perception that it's an actual war has had effects.
Yeah.
And people are making decisions with their pocketbook based on that.
Yeah.
Whether it's the strawberries or the hardwood flooring or whatever. But if you go down to the States, I'm not convinced anything's been applied. Like that's
I
how
don't think so.
stupid this is.
Yeah.
I don't think, and I also think there's states that are totally ignoring Trump.
It could be. Yeah.
Well, it could be.
Yeah.
Look at California. Like they've ignored everything, and Trump's trying to say now you're not getting the $8 billion you're getting for education if you guys don't do A, B,
Yeah.
and
I
C.
think it was Maine that. Was doing
Maine's
that too,
kicking up
so
a
yeah.
fuss.
Yeah.
Colorado said we're done with this guy.
Yeah.
Like it's so.
I don't know if they could do that though, but I don't know.
They can
US
try.
Law. Yeah.
Well, the whole joke of it all is Trump shouldn't be able to do half of this crap either. He's doing it all under the guise of an emergency. Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
calling
that's true.
like
Yeah, he's doing
taxing cars because of a fentanyl.
They say
emergency?
it's a national emergency. No, they're saying like
Complete joke,
the
right?
national emergency is that
Yeah.
like is basically U.S. has
Oh.
become less competitive, and
Sure.
so it constitutes a national emergency.
Yeah, in his mind.
Yeah.
It's so strange. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that crap anymore at all. Yeah, like it's like
What, you still planning to go to New York?
I'm not planning to, but if I want to, I will.
Exactly.
Like I don't get.
I think what more it is the exchange rate is pretty crappy. So
yeah,
if you're-
I will base the travel decisions on cost.
well, I
for
think
sure.
it is if you're looking at,
Yeah.
for example, okay, I normally go to like
Yeah.
you let's say North Carolina,
Yeah, for sure.
right?
Yeah.
And if I'm sitting there going, oh my God, I finally looked at the exchange rate
Yeah.
and it's going to cost me this much, or I could go to PEI and it's going to cost me
I've got a
this
couple
much.
great comparisons for you.
Yeah.
Like in one sense, I'm less likely to go. I'll give you
People
the,
are still
I'll give you the,
waking up, I think.
Yeah, I'll give you
to
the
the
less
exchange
likely
rate.
first. I
Yeah.
love going to do my skiing at Lake Placid.
Yeah.
Even if I just zip down there for the day and ski Whiteface,
Yeah.
I think it's $70 US.
Yeah. 140
for the pass. I'll benefit because I'll pick up some gas on the way back and maybe save 15 cents a liter, whatever.
Yeah.
If I go to Tremblant,
Yeah.
to Mont Blanc, not Tremblant,
Yeah.
this beautiful hill we hit up at March break,
Yeah.
on Thursdays they have a $30 lift ticket,
Wow.
all you can ski.
That's good.
And it's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's tremendous coverage of snow up there.
Yeah.
2-hour drive versus 3. I mean, there's lots of little things. So I'm more, with all that, I'm more likely to go there.
Yeah.
Not because of politics, but because of cost.
Yeah.
Lake Placid or Las Vegas,
Yeah.
you would not believe it.
Yeah.
I'll do it right now for the listener. I
Okay.
keep browsing Expedia, okay?
Yeah.
And these prices continue to drop,
Yeah.
which tells me there's less people going to Las Vegas,
Yeah.
perhaps from Canada, perhaps
And
from
maybe get a great
everywhere.
deal now, right?
Perhaps from everywhere.
Yeah.
So if I do a package right now, Syracuse to LA, 4 days over Easter, 1 room, 2 travelers, how much do you think per traveler? This includes
700.
Well, that's optimistic for sure.
Really?
Well, yeah. So we were talking. This is Canadian.
I'd say 700 Canadian.
Okay, I thought maybe you're thinking U.S.
No, Canadian.
So when I first looked this up about a month ago, we were looking at 1,600, let's say,
Per person?
per person,
Oh.
which I thought was reasonable.
I'm way
actually.
off there.
So well, you're not way off. I'm just trying to get it to sort properly here. Like when I do it right now, it's
Yeah.
around 1,000.
Okay.
For whatever's popping up.
Yeah.
But so here's an option for our family for sure, or at
Yeah.
least me and the wife, or me and a buddy that would actually go. As I look at you,
Yeah.
$913 to the Excalibur. So
Ooh.
4 nights at one of the casinos I like,
You like the Excalibur.
and it's close to Mandalay. So there's Excalibur, Luxor, Mandalay,
Yeah.
all side by side,
Side by each.
and the good poker room that I play is at Mandalay.
Okay.
And come on, $900
Per
return
person.
4 nights.
That's good.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it is fantastic.
But the food there is expensive.
Sure. Oh, Luxor $960. Anyways, these. Give me 1 second.
The food in Las Vegas is apparently very
Let me
expensive.
sort this properly here.
Yeah.
Sort by. This friggin' thing's not letting me do it. Oh, here we go. Price load. I just want to show you that there's even cheaper ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Just for fun.
Yeah.
There you go. You're right. 700.
Ah.
701 to stay at the Hotel Jefe at Hoyos Locos. Jefe. Dude, it looks great. $700.
Hotel
701.
I
Okay.
really want to stay at the Hotel Jefe.
Hotel Jefe. It's got a pool, fully refundable. So come on. You're telling me.
Where's the hotel? Is that like on the outskirts of town?
I'll check it out.
I can't see that as being downtown.
Hotel Jefe. Well, it won't be on the strip.
Yeah.
And here's another neat one. The retreat at Charleston Peak. Frig, $740. This place is a lodge at a ski resort
nice.
about an hour away. Beautiful, right?
I was going to say Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, the yellow penthouse,
Yeah.
North Vegas, 741. So this is the DDT section here.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly.
Desert Hills Motel, 740. Sunrise Inn, 750. Arizona Charlie's, 760. So I guess
What number of stars are those hotels? What's that?
Seven. They're all. These are all. Ooh, the yellow penthouse is only a 6.
What's the Hefe?
The Hefe is 7.8. It's good.
It's good. It's good.
We'll have to Google where that is.
The Jeffe.
$700. I guess this is my point.
You get free tequilas all day.
But when we talk about costs of stuff,
Yeah.
how like 700 Canadian, okay, 4 nights, round trip airfare.
Are you flying Hefe Air as well?
Well, let's just see.
Gringo Airways.
I don't know. Like it's so bizarre when you think about costs and this and that, and then all of a sudden you're told that you could go to Vegas for $700.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
I could spend a night in Algonquin Park. Friggin' spend almost $700, depending on
That's one.
what
But that's not per
You know what I
person
mean?
at Algonquin Park, though.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Still,
this place looks interesting.
it's still $2,100 for 3 people,
This place looks neat.
if my math is correct.
Okay, hang on. Here's the location.
Is that the Jeffe?
You've never been, eh?
No.
Okay, so the Hotel Hefe, there's Vegas. The Strip is parallel to Highway 15, Interstate 15.
Yeah.
It's all right there. The Hefe is on 15 at an interchange. If I had to guess, 10 minutes north on that highway. Probably in like, oh yeah, that's cool, man. You know what's funny is it's actually on the road that is the Strip, but it's way up.
But it's up further.
It looks suburban. It looks like you got like your typical mall with your Chick-fil-A and a gas station, all this stuff. Looks like a nice neighborhood. Anyways, can you imagine?
There you go.
There you go.
There
You're
you go.
right. $700.
Yeah.
Are you in?
No.
700, man.
No.
That's nothing.
No, we're still looking to go to New York by bus, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Well, why don't you put that out to the family? The three for you at the
We're
Hotel
gonna
Hefe?
stay
Come on, man.
The Hotel Hefe in Vegas.
So would you pay $200 more to get Luxor Excalibur on the Strip?
Maybe.
See, 200 more. That's over 40. That's only $50 more to stay on the Strip. That's I don't know. It's a close call.
It's close.
I like the sound of the Hotel Hefe. And it has
Why
a
don't
pool.
you go
And check it out.
Check it out and report back to me.
Why don't we call up the Hotel
We should
Hefe
call them up one
right
day
now live
on the show.
Let's see if they,
What do you want to call them for?
just to see what's it like. Tell them we're thinking about visiting.
Oh God. Okay.
Can you
Put on
Can
speaker.
you carry the show for the next minute?
Put on speed. Are you actually calling them?
Why not? Hotel
Hotel Hefe.
Jefe.
Ask them if we get like.
Pops right up. Hotel Hefe.
Ask them if we get like free taco breakfast or something. That's what we need to know. Put on speaker so we can hear them.
Thank you for calling Hotel Jefe at Ojos Locos Sports Cantina and Casino. If you
Oh.
know your party's extension
Sounds
or room
legit.
number, please press star now to enter it. Otherwise, please select from the following options.
Right.
For hotel reservations, press 1. For casino promotions or casino-related questions, press 2. For marketing, press 3. For accounting, press 4.
I guess it would be 1. Eh? Well, go to accounting.
I'm nervous.
You should go to accounting.
Nervous. Hi, how are you this morning?
Hi.
Could you just give me a quick overview of your hotel and whereabouts you are?
I'm sorry, you said, can I give you a quick what? I'm sorry?
Just a quick overview. Like, are you guys on the Strip or are you off the Strip? And what's the hotel look like? Do you have like a pool and stuff like that?
So we are not located on the Strip.
Okay.
We're about like 15 minutes away from the Strip.
Okay.
Coming off the freeway, the I-15. We do have a pool, but it is currently closed because it is seasonal.
Okay.
The The hotel, it's not a fancy hotel. It's a nice hotel.
Sure.
And
What about the
yeah,
area?
actually, we have decent prices.
Okay. I think that's great information. The only other thing I'm wondering about is, do you have like, it looks suburban maybe, and do you have any restaurants and like stores close by if you just wanted to walk over and get something?
We have a sushi restaurant across the street.
Okay.
In distance as well. We have Denny's. We do have a couple food places. There's a couple, like if you're looking to purchase clothes, we do have that around the area as well.
Okay.
Everything is close by.
Okay. You know what? That's great information. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Take care.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
Well, there
Well.
you go, DDT. Hotel Hefe.
Hotel Hefe.
They have a Denny's.
I think she sold it well, eh?
I'm in.
Hey,
Aren't you in?
I'm in after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you e-transfer me the 700? What about a
I'll
discount?
get right on that.
A discount. Let's put it out
We
to
could
the
do it.
listener.
We could call her back and say we're from the podcast.
We're going to do a GoFundMe to
Yeah.
finance half of your trip.
Okay.
Would you go for $350?
Okay, I'll go for 350.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you hear that, good listener?
Yeah.
We're going to set up a GoFundMe to get DDT for his first time ever to Vegas.
And we're gonna stay at the Hotel Hefe.
And we will stay at the Hotel Hefe.
Yeah.
And they also have
And
a
we'll
casino.
and we'll do a podcast
From,
from Hotel Hefe.
but the pool won't be open. It's seasonal.
Well, it depends on when we go. Though.
Easter, man.
No, I can't go at Easter. I'm going to Sudbury. Remember?
You would turn down a half
I have to go to Sudbury.
funded trip to the Hotel
Let's
Hefe
say
for
May
$350.
May long weekend.
May's not happening. Come
May
on.
long weekend.
No.
Why?
Why don't you go to Sudbury in May?
No, because
Mix it up.
my wife's got some family coming from Italy and at Easter
I
and
don't
stuff, so
know.
we got to go
I
there.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about
If it was any other Easter, I'd probably say yeah. Yeah.
I am rather excited to check out the Hotel Hefe for
Yeah.
$700.
Yeah.
Maybe the good listener could just sponsor me then. If you don't want to go.
No, I said I'd go. It's just not
You
at
said
Easter.
you'd go and then you took it right back.
No, just not at Easter. I'm available any other time, Duff.
Any other time.
Any other time except for Easter.
You heard it here first, good listener.
Yeah.
DDT will go to Vegas
Yeah.
anytime except Easter.
Exactly.
Okay, we'll see about that.
For $350.
Oh, now it's for $350.
Well, you said like
if we
we'll do a
got
fundraising.
a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
There's
How
some-
much money do you think we'll raise on that? $10, $20?
There's been
maybe?
some crazier things out there raising money. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
This would be for my first ever trip to Vegas.
I wonder how hard it is to set up a GoFundMe.
I don't think it's very hard.
You just want to get $350 to
No,
go to Vegas.
I'd be surprised if we get $5 or 50 cents. Really,
It could take off. You never know. You just have to kind of get the right people to
Yeah,
spread the
don't
word.
move your thing because you're making
Ooh.
big noises.
Can you hear that when it's rattling?
course I can.
How was the sound for the lovely lady from the
That
Hotel
was fine.
Hefe?
Yeah, I boosted it.
She spoke good English too, eh?
What does that mean?
Well, I pictured it being
Like,
run by Latinos.
Latino,
that
yeah.
maybe
That's true,
Didn't
right.
have the but she
Hey man,
she spoke great English.
we have a great buffet, man.
Well, especially with the name.
That was
I
my
thought.
attempt at being Latino.
Yeah, I'm trying to ignore it as much as
I know.
possible.
I saw that.
Man, I don't even know what we were supposed to get back to. You had. Well, see, can you imagine how this show would degrade now if you talked about your pick after all that fun?
Oh, I guess.
Eh? What do you think?
Yeah.
You can.
Maybe.
Though. I'm gonna make a note that we called the Hotel Hefe,
Hotel Hefe.
and I'll include that in the.
Spoke to a lovely lady there.
That was cool. She's cool.
Yeah.
But you know what? I thought she was being really honest. Like, we're just a regular hotel, you know?
Yeah,
We're
she
clean,
was.
we're
That's
so-
what I mean. Like, yeah.
Like, I think I could do that.
Yeah.
700, man. I can't get that out of
She
her.
wasn't like, oh, we're like fantastic.
No,
you know.
she wasn't overselling.
I did want you to ask about like
you know what? I
taco
honestly
brunch
felt
or
bad. Like,
quesadilla brunch. Or
I tell you
something.
how I felt there. Like, I was curious, but after like after a little bit, I was like, I'm really not asking because I'm going for sure, and I felt like I was wasting her time.
No, you gotta ask questions.
We got some information.
It's not wasting their time because now she sold you on it. So maybe next time
Yeah.
you go to Vegas,
That's
you're booking
good.
at the Hotel Hefe.
Yeah.
When you get free stuff from your mom,
Yeah. True.
you're gonna tell her,
Yeah.
Mom,
yeah.
I think we should go to Hotel Hefe.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So Hotel Hefe.
Mark
Yeah.
that
Do
down.
you want to talk about your?
So we'll do the pick and then we'll end it off there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. So
Tell us about this
our pick of the week.
amazing pick, DDT.
Yeah. It is really good, eh?
It's a show that I actually watched. I never brought it up with DDT because I never thought he would ever watch a show like this. And
I'm curious as to why you would think that.
because it's not an entertain, like it's because it's such a depressing show. Like it's really sad. It's a super sad show in my opinion, and I got hooked into it because the first episode was more entertaining and interesting, and then it hooked me in, so I had to watch it till its conclusion. But I don't know if I knew exactly how that show was going to end, I don't think I'd watch it.
The theme does explore.
So you will promote it, and I will say don't bother.
The theme does explore some hard subjects, shall we say?
Horribly hard.
Yeah.
Horribly hard.
But it is an interesting show, and I'll tell you.
Will you give us the title?
Yeah.
Now.
You mean like right now?
Now.
Okay.
Or whenever you want to.
Okay, well, it's on
You
the
can present it first and then say. It's up to you.
it's on the Netflix machine.
Okay.
I'll start by saying that.
Yeah.
And what caught me off guard at the beginning of it was the fact that I had a few minutes into it, maybe 10, the first
Yeah.
episode,
Yeah.
that I realized that it was all done on one take,
See, that's
one
cool.
shot.
That's cool that you noticed that, eh?
Yeah.
'Cause I only noticed it when it was super obvious in episode 2 or 3.
Well, they call it a tracking shot,
Tracking shot.
right?
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, here's a great, what tipped me off was like, oh, they're doing this great tracking shot.
Okay.
And I think it was through the school or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, this is a great tracking shot. Like,
Okay, because they're
it
moving
keeps
the whole
going.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, it kept going.
I think I know the one you're talking about in the school. But see,
But that didn't-
Are you
I didn't-
serious
this-
that they didn't then just go to a whole other scene somewhere else?
No, they.
Really,
If
eh?
you watch it very closely,
Okay.
it is all done in one take, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Interesting. Okay, okay.
It's brilliantly done, and you got to give kudos to
Yeah.
everybody involved in the production. And,
Yeah.
you know, obviously the actors for pulling that off, the
Okay. I did.
the director, the camera,
Like it. Yeah.
you
I
know,
did like
for
the
all pulling
style.
that off.
Like I like the style of it all, and it, like I say, it hooked me in big time. I like the first episode,
Yeah.
and then it just. Ew.
Well, I was expecting more of like a in the end mystery,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was sort of like that
Little
because
bit,
it
yeah.
kept you guessing as to whether
Yeah. Yeah.
the kid.
I kind of
Actually
thought
did
maybe
it or
he
not.
was innocent. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
At one point.
And I was waiting for some
Yeah, some
revelation.
happy ending.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
revelation to come say no, he
Oh,
didn't actually do it.
there sure wasn't.
Whatever, right?
Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess maybe now I can't give the title away.
We'll make people figure it out on their
Yeah,
own.
yeah. You go and watch. Go to Netflix and watch it.
Try to pick it out
Figure it out.
out of the 100,000 options.
Exactly.
You're not going to tell them what it is, no?
Should I?
Well, we
Okay,
kind of ruined
okay,
it, eh?
okay,
I don't
yeah.
know.
We did give a spoiler alert.
Damn.
But the subject matter was
Maybe
quite
we can
deep.
edit it out. Just blank out that part.
Maybe I'll. Yeah, maybe
Okay,
I'll do
and then you
that.
could still give the.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
All right. I'll say the title is Adolescence,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it has garnered like major kudos.
Oh, it does, eh?
Yeah.
It's been
For-
honored. Yeah.
But it is a tough subject matter to deal with.
Oh, super tough.
Yeah.
But like I say, it was captivating.
Yeah.
I certainly watched every minute of it over it was only 3 or 4
I didn't like the
episodes.
ending though.
I didn't like it at all.
I didn't like the ending.
No, but
I thought it deserved one more episode.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I got.
You don't think
I
so?
would not. Well, just personally, I wouldn't want to have dragged out that topic any longer.
No?
No way. I thought they could have. Like first, like here's a question: is that
Yeah.
based on a real story by any chance?
There was some talk about that it was.
Because if it was, sure, tell it truthfully, but maybe definitely.
I think it was sort of based.
Okay,
Didn't they
definitely
say
no
that
more
at the
time would be
beginning?
needed. I
Did they
can't
say that
remember.
at the beginning that was based on
But
a...
if it's purely fictional, my God, give it a different ending.
I read somewhere,
Yeah.
and I don't know if this is true, that basically they switched
Yeah.
who did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it might have been.
Let's just put it that
might have
way.
been a happier ending then.
Well, let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I won't say anything more
No, we
because
can't
I
give any more
can't
spoilers.
well, it's not really a spoiler, but I just can't verify that's the truth. But I mean, I'm sure this happens like a lot. I mean, it went into a lot of the manosphere
Yeah.
stuff, the red pill stuff they were talking about. Right? They were talking about red pill.
What's that? I can't remember.
That's when you not woke, it's the opposite really of being woke, like where it's like some truths about men, for example, and how boys and men should act and
Oh,
that sort of thing.
okay.
Yeah.
They explicitly got into that on the
They
show?
did talk
or-
about like the
Okay.
red pill, and
Okay.
that's where all the text messages came in, the cryptic text
Yeah,
messages
yeah,
between the
yeah.
kids and stuff
Okay,
like that.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hey, it's a good show. Like, it's good. It's not good. It's captivating.
I think it has.
It's
I
a
don't.
train wreck to me that I couldn't stop watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it does. I don't think it's more about the manosphere and
Yeah.
toxic masculinity as it is about
Yeah. Yeah.
more anger management.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Adolescence on the Netflix machine
Well,
is
there you go. There
my
you
pick,
go.
and that caps off a
That is a hell of a way to end the show.
yeah.
Eh? Well, it was lots. We got into lots today.
Yeah, you seem very depressed now. But
Well, I knew it would be. I
Yeah.
think that leaving on that topic is sad, man. It's depressing.
great show though.
Almost we could bookend it with my garage cleanup.
Well, we're at an hour and a half.
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk
Yeah.
about garage cleanup.
Yeah, that's frustrating enough.
I started it. I got a little wee bit done.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't believe how long it
gotta
took just
ramp-
to clean one area. How do we
I know.
collect so much shit in our garage? man?
Like a garage everywhere. Look
yeah.
at this room,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, see, if I tackled this room with my approach, yeah, it'd be slow as well.
That's just one small
Yeah.
10 by 10 room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much stuff, eh? I do want to tidy up my garage, though. I really do.
Yeah. We need to be ready for that Bridalwood garage sale in
That's
the
my
first
goal.
weekend of June.
So
right?
that's kind of why I stopped, because I got to the point where I had stuff that I'm not throwing out in the garbage, but I
Yeah.
do want to set in an area to get on the laneway for the garage sale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got to
Well,
start
we should
now.
both commit to that.
Okay, right now, we're going to say
And we
right
could do
now
a
in this show,
Yeah. Okay. I never remember the weekend. That's the
I
problem.
believe it's the first weekend in June.
And what if you're going to Sudbury
No, I'm not going to
or
Sudbury that weekend.
Vegas?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
What if it's 600 return that weekend,
Oh,
and I only have to raise 300 on the GoFundMe?
yeah, that's true.
And then you never know.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
I'll make
Well,
my
let's-
wife do the garage sale
Okay,
at that
let's
point.
commit. Let's commit to the garage sale
Yeah.
and see who sells the most.
Okay, it's a challenge.
That'd be fun.
It's a challenge now.
Yeah, let's
We're
see
going to have a
what we-
challenge.
See what we can sell.
Oh, there you go. Right here on the show, we're committing to challenging each other.
Where
how
would
much
we?
can-
Where would we film? Where would we do the cast from, though? Your garage or mine?
I don't know. Good question. We'll figure that out.
We could do half and half.
Half and half.
Yeah, up and a non-continuous clip like the show. Just
Like
have
adolescence,
mine and then
exactly.
over.
We'll cut.
All
Cut
right,
halfway through.
let's cut it right now. An hour and a half? Are you kidding?
128.
The hotel got us going.
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
That was neat, eh?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with having
Well,
a
I
little
don't
quick
know if-
interview like that. Do I have to say you're on the air or anything?
No.
Not for that.
Not for that. We didn't even get her name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We could have.
Yeah.